What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 48, I believe. Yep, and today we are returning with 3 more games with Aston Villa, and 2 of which are absolutely massive. The first game today, oh my, Barcelona away in the 3rd game of the Champions League group stage, and we got our first win of the group against Schalke in the last episode. Both teams have 4 points from the first 2 matches. This is going to be huge, and come the end of the game, we'll be halfway through, and it'll be interesting to see who is top. It's going to be Barcelona. Second game today, we've got Norwich at home, a newly promoted side. We aim to keep what has been a decent run going in the Premier League. And then our third and final game, what a massive match as well. Manchester City away at the Etihad Stadium in a battle between 2 of the top 5. So 3 huge games today. There's so many big games coming right now in quick succession, and today's episode is a massive one. But just before we do head into the game, I'm going to check the potential of one of my youth players, Cameron. I think it's Victor Cameron, a young American midfielder who's just hit 60 overall. Want to see just how good he is, and he's got the potential to be special. That's the way we want to start today's stuff. Victor Cameron, potentially special, 6'3" defensive midfielder, can also play centre back with low high work rates. Oh, this guy looks very special. This guy looks special indeed. Please don't have bad skill moves and weak foot. 3-star, 2-star. We can cope with that on a defensive-minded player. Oh, this guy looks fantastic. Yes, that is the way to start today's big episode off. What a great start. And as we do jump into the first of the 3 big games today, how gutting is it that EA no longer have the license for Barcelona Stadium? The Camp Nou, or the new camp, however you say it, is just such an iconic ground. It just doesn't feel right to take on Barcelona and it be at a generic stadium. But anyway, Barcelona without question the strongest team in this group. They drew with Ruben Kazan away though and left it late to claim a point. So I'm actually feeling quite confident after a good unbeaten run. We could claim something here, but their team 4-4-2 with Messi on the right-hand side and Suarez and Aguero up top together is going to be really hard to stop. But for our team, 3-5-2 as ever, and a few changes after our draw on the weekend, as Kodji will play alongside Brereton. Once again, Benteke will miss out as he's still not fully recovered from the injury on international duty. So Barcelona first game today. I'm super excited, but very pessimistic. I'll take a point. Come on, Aston Villa. Obviously, as we know, Barcelona firm favourites to top the group, and that is almost definitely going to happen. But for us, right now, in second place, I mean, that's more than good enough for me, no question. The board just wants us to reach the knockout stages. I believe we definitely can. The games against Schalke and Ruben Kazan, though, the 4th and 5th games of the group stage are going to be so key, so crucial, and we've got to make sure we come through with wins against both of those teams there if we are to stay in second place, because we know that Barcelona will top this group. There's no question. They've got off to a good start here. First shot easily saved by McCarthy. We have to make sure we get the wins against Ruben Kazan and Schalke. If we can't beat Barcelona, got to beat the other 2. Our best bet of getting something from tonight's game is going to come on the counter, no question. We know for a fact we're not going to be able to beat Barcelona with good attacking play, so we just need to make sure we're tight defensively and try and hit them on the break. As Sergio Busquets rolls it inside. What a ball by Busquets, and Barcelona take the early lead. We knew this was going to be the toughest test of the 6. Barcelona take the early lead, and it's Nelson Semedo, a bit of an interesting goal scorer for them to give them the lead, and Barcelona go in front just 15 minutes in. But credit Sergio Busquets, got round his man, and a wonderful through ball as Semedo lost stones and puts it past McCarthy. Barcelona 1, Aston Villa 0. We knew our test tonight was going to be a tough one. It's got even tougher. Any chance we had of winning the game tonight is surely already gone, as McCarthy can't prevent the corner, and any chance of getting a point from the game has really got tough now. 90 minutes in, Barcelona attacking us at will, looking for a second goal, and Luis Suarez almost gave it to them. 19 minutes in, still 1-0, and right now it's all Barcelona. We're just trying to weather the storm, and at the moment they're going to score again at this rate. There is no question they will find a second goal not before long, as Delph finds Di Maria, but Kodjia says, don't worry bro, we can still do this. Fabian Delph on the ball, gives it to Jonathan Kodjia, and that's a free kick right there, just on the edge of the areas he went to pull the trigger, and was tripped up, and Ross Barkley can strike them from range. We know that, we've already seen it this season against Liverpool. What can he do from this dead ball situation? Am I going to give it to anyone else, or should I let Barkley take it? We've got Kearney with 75 free kick accuracy. But no. I'm going to let Barkley take it and try and bend it into that top corner if I can. And the shot deflects and Alba clears it, but Schupp volleys it. Schupp volleys it over and into the back of the net. Barcelona 1, Aston Villa 1, and Alessandro Schupp. I want to see that again on the replay. Gives us the equaliser, but I'm pretty sure that took a massive deflection on its way in, because that took me by complete surprise. Ball cleared away, Schupp strikes it. Oh no, it's just a brilliant goal. It's just a brilliant goal by the Austrian winger. I thought it deflected there, but instead it's a wonderful curling effort past Ter Stegen, and Alessandro Schupp, who was our club record signing last year, puts us back on level terms with a wonderful individual improvised effort. 1-1, what a goal, Alessandro! I think that's his first of the year for Schupp there. That was absolutely fantastic. Here's Suarez on the ball, going for goal. Palmer Brown blocks it, Socrates clears it away. But it will drop to Busquets, who nods it back to Deulofeu. And Gerrard comes inside and finds Suarez on the turn. Luis Suarez! Oh, McCarthy got a touch, but he couldn't keep it out. And the former Liverpool and Ajax forward puts Barcelona back in front, and they restore their lead 8 minutes before the break. Well, they've been a better team in the first half, and they deserve to be leading. Suarez comes inside, shoots, and McCarthy gets a touch, but can't keep it out. He saw it late through a crowded body, so can't really point too many fingers at our new number 1 as the Uruguayan restores Barcelona's lead. But oh man, this is a real concern for us, because at the moment we just can't stop conceding in the Champions League. This is now what, our 5th goal conceded in 3 games already. Not good enough. Nice little turn, finds a bit of space here down the right hand side and keeps on going, and whips the ball into the centre. Boateng gets to the way though, and Barcelona clear. To give us some credit tonight, whilst we have looked very poor defensively, we're going forward, we looked okay, but here's Gerard Deulofeu on the ball, rolling inside, and McCarthy goes back to his line as Suarez turns Palmer Brown inside out and finds Busquets. Palmer Brown takes him down, but it drops straight to Gerard Deulofeu after the tackle, and the Spaniard gives Barcelona what they do deserve, which is a 2-goal cushion. Barcelona 3, Aston Villa 1, and that goal was coming. They've been a better team tonight. Suarez into Busquets. It was actually a brilliant tackle by Palmer Brown, but it came straight down to Deulofeu, who finessed it past McCarthy and into the top corner. So now make that 8 goals conceded. Wait, that's not right. 3 tonight, 2 against Rubin Kazan, 6 goals conceded in our first 3. How did I get 8? 6 goals conceded in our first 3 Champions League group games, and that was supposed to go to Kodja. And tonight, unfortunately, we just come up against the strongest team in the group by far, and they are asserting their dominance. Shot to Kearney, just past the hour mark, and it's still 3-1. There's still time for us to possibly get another goal here and possibly make it a little bit awkward on Barcelona late on. Di Maria looks for Henry, who kept it in play and crosses, and there is Andre Green, who hits the post. And Jordi Alba gets away. Green, a good little impact sub for us off the woodwork. And if he would have made it 3-2 there, 25 minutes to go, you just never know. So unlucky. As Palmer Brown finds Green again, and now through to Angel Di Maria. Nice first touch, back to Andre. Andre to Di Maria. Di Maria steps past Nelson Semedo and forces a brilliant save out to Ter Stegen. We're not giving up. Henry to Kearney, through to Andre Green. He's looked very lively since coming off the bench here, and he's found some space down the left-hand side to keep on running. He's got Umtiti coming across, and Green, the inside forward, takes it round him and keeps on going. There's a man arriving at the far post in Schupp for his 2nd goal of the game, and it's 3-2. Can I pick the ball up? Can I pick the ball up? Yes, I can. And with 8 minutes to go, don't rule us out yet. We're the comeback kings, don't forget it. Wonderful work from Green. I should have brought him on sooner. Finds Alessandro Schupp to bag his brace, make it 3-2. Is there still time? I think, unfortunately, that is going to do it. We can't get the ball off Barcelona later on. Their possession too good, and as we're now in stoppage time, if they score a 4th goal here, it is game over and good night Aston Villa. Messi crosses, McCarthy claims. Got to get the ball forward quickly though. He'll launch it long, but sadly it's far too late. Final score, Barcelona 3, Aston Villa 2. Our undefeated run is over. Absolutely gutted. And you can see what it means. We were so close to putting off the comeback, but just couldn't do it. This is a really great game. A fantastic attacking display as both teams put on a spectacle in a 5-goal thriller. But I think Barcelona just about deserved to edge it in this game. Their shots came from inside the area. Most of ours came from outside the area in a really good game. But Barcelona deserved to win in my opinion, and that's why they do get the 3 points. With man of the match, I thought Green was brilliant off the bench. Definitely deserves more starts in our team. Schupp, of course, bagged a brace, fantastic as well. The only man of Deulofeu though, a goal and an assist for the Spanish winger as Barcelona claimed the win, and Schalke beat Rubin, which I do believe means that we are going to see sit in second still. Yeah, I think we still sit in second. You'll see the group on the screen right now anyway. I think we still sit in second, so it's disappointing. Our first lot of the Champions League group stage, but we expected to lose. It was a tough game, but definitely positives though. Definitely positives. Not a bad performance whatsoever. Oh, look at that as well in the top left. So I'm advancing to the Norwich game. Archie Cox has been sold, finally. I don't know if I showed you this in the last episode. Actually, I might have missed it, but basically Sheffield United put in a bid of £1.1 million on the 17th, just before our game against Brighton. And finally, at the 5th, or is it possibly 6th time of asking, Archie Cox has decided he'll leave to Bramall Lane in January. So Archie, thanks for eventually agreeing to leave, and we'll take that money very soon. So moving on, and we're now jumping into the second of the 3 games today, as we are back at Villa Park to take on Norwich as top play host to bottom. Norwich, one of 2 teams yet to get a win in their first 8 games. We really should be fancying our chances against a struggling newly promoted side. So our team 3-5-2, quite a few changes after I lost to Barcelona in midweek, including Andre Green starting on the left-hand side. Deserves a start after his performance off the bench, and let's see if he can take his chance. So second game, it's Norwich. Let's return to winning ways and get a big 3 points here. Cardi throws to Socrates, and Socrates finds Schupp, and Brereton's asking for it down the right, so we'll do it turn as a man running through there in Grealish. Can I find him? No, pass was poor, and Godfrey says cheers for that, mate, and wins it back for the Canaries, who have actually started this game off better than us. We're yet to get going 17 minutes in. Quite worrying, taking a side right now, bottom of the table, yet to get their first Premier League win. Alex Pritchard on the ball for Norwich, and the ball inside cut out by Stones. Cardi through to Green. And let's see what Green can do in his first involvement on the ball in his first start of the season. He's round 1, he's round 2, he's got Brereton ahead of him, but he keeps on going himself, and now releases Alessandro Schupp, and Schupp keeps on going himself, and crosses into the far post is Christian Benteke, forcing a good save out of the goalkeeper, and hooked away as well. Great run from Green, Schupp for good delivery, but Benteke just couldn't finish, and still his goal drought continues. Benteke hasn't scored since Liverpool when he bagged a brace, and he's not had a terrible start to the season, neither's Brereton, but they haven't really set the world alight yet. And for a team whose game is mainly built on offense, I want to see a better goal return from those 2 up top as Fabian Delph looks to find Grealish. And there is Brereton with his ears burning and says, shh, calm it down, Gaffer. I know what I'm doing. Last year I was our top scorer, don't forget it. Aston Villa 1, Norwich 0, and Ben Brereton gets us off the mark. Delph into Grealish, and a lovely ball into Brereton. Lays it on a plate for Ben to run onto it and smash it home into the back of the net for his 4th of the year. I think Benteke's got 3, Brereton's now got 4. It's 7 for the 2. It's not been a terrible start, but again, these 2 last year were lethal and lights out in the second half of the season. So need them to pick it up, and hopefully this is the game where they've got the opportunity to do that, and they'll do just that. As Pritchard finds Nelson Oliveira. And he will find Wiltshire down his left-hand side. Roundale Fry, and that's going to be a corner for the Canaries, who, to be fair, they've actually had a pretty decent first half here. Not faced by the pressure of taking on the league leaders. Perdigal's delivery to the middle is headed on by Pritchard just wide the post. Believe me, we may be leading, we may be top, they may be bottom, but this is not going to be a one-sided game. They have played just as good as us in this first half. As Benteke lost out to Grant Hanley, but will drop kindly to Andre Green at the far post is Ben Brereton. Oh, what a quick attack and what a quick goal. Andre Green, who got an assist against Barcelona, gets another one here, justifies his start, and Ben does what he does best, and that's bags the brace. What a lightning attack from the goal kick. Hanley flicked it back to Green, wonderful delivery, and Brereton bodies at home. And just like that, Norwich could have been back on level terms, and now we double our lead and extend it to 2. Bit of bad news to end this first half, though. Toby Lewis has just gone down after going up for a header and has stayed down as well. Hopefully he gets back to his feet as Wiltshire on the ball crosses, and there is Pritchard, who does turn it home. Well, we did say we can't rule these guys out. We did say you've got to be wary of their threat, and Norwich have half the deficit. Lewis was down in the centre circle there, and I hope he's okay. I think he's got back to his feet, but Pritchard strokes it home at the near post. It's 2-1, and this game is far from over with a second half to play. Into the final half an hour, but Norwich have played very well in this game. There's now half the deficit. The game is far from done, and we've got to try and stay tight defensively if we are to see out the 3 points, as Nelson Oliveira fires that shot just wide the post. Thankfully, they're taking Pritchard off, who's caused us a lot of problems this afternoon. But as it's still 2-1, this is going to be a really nervy final 25 minutes. Can we hang on to these 3 points as Delph is robbed by Madison? And Madison steps inside and shoots and fires it just wide. We are hanging on in there right now. Looking at the table, looking at the form book, you would suggest this would be a comfortable victory for the host, but this has been anything but comfortable. This has been very uncomfortable as Tribal gets on the ball and tries to get his Norwich side back on level terms, and he's done so. It's a wonderful strike from just outside the area, and Norwich City deserve this. They're back on level terms. They've played without fear. Why am I celebrating with him? And it's 2-2 as the Canaries battle back from 2 goals down to possibly claim a point. We may have been the firm favourites heading into this game, but Norwich have come to Villa Park and played absolutely fantastic. They've been really good, played without pressure, and now as it's 2-2, they've done an Aston Villa, the comeback kings, as they get back on level terms. And if we don't find a winning goal and claim these 3 points, I'll be livid. As Schupp looks for Brereton, trying to get the hat-trick, and Zimmerman gets it away. 17 minutes to go. Still time for us to claim a winning goal to get back in front. We need someone to step up and be a hero. Christian can't get there. It'll drop to Toby, who flicks it on. Delph can strike him, as we know. Easy save. Still 2-2. And that is going to do it. Wow, no wins in our last 3 now, and a very frustrating draw. We surrender a 2-goal lead to claim just a point, and no one of the home fans are happy. Norwich, though, they probably could have won this game. They played very well, probably better than us, and Brereton's brace in the end counts for very little. So far this season, we just haven't been firing on all cylinders and just haven't been clicking. It's just not been the sort of football we played last year and the year before. And despite improving our defence this year with Charities coming in and Stones as well for a club record fee, we've been conceding quite a few more goals, and it's not been ideal for us. So man of the match, Brereton got the brace. So I'm going to give it to Pritchard, who I thought played very well before his substitution and scored Norwich's first goal as well. That's a very impressive point for the Canaries, but for us, a big slip up, and now no wins in 3 as well. Brighton winning 2. We've got to turn up, man. Manchester City away next. We need to return to winning ways. And as we are advancing to the 3rd and final game of today's episode, away at the Etihad against Manchester City. What a tough game that is going to be on the back of no wins in 3. And this is what I said in the last episode. The international break came at the wrong time. We were in form. We were playing well. We didn't need it. And we do have an academy update as well, plus a national score submission, which is for friendly, so we don't really care about that too much. And Tyler Adams says, thanks for giving me more opportunities in the first team. No worries, Tyler, although I don't think I've played you much this season. But an academy update regarding the Yellow Boys currently getting on. Tyler Carter still looks very good. Reese Wood still looks very good indeed. Archie Jackson, we're going to release him, not looking quite as good. But of course, the standout, as we know, oh, he's getting even better. David Wilson, 62 overall, now 89 to 94 potential. We know this guy's got potential to be special at just 15 years old. I cannot wait until I can promote him. Kenneth Cameron looking a little bit worse for wear. Mason Griffiths the same as, but Larry Evans also looks pretty decent as well. And I've been talking about us not firing on all cylinders this season. It is worth noting we are the joint top scorers in the league and have the joint best defensive record in the league, and we're top of the table with the best goal difference record in the league. So yes, of course, we're not playing especially well. We are still top, and that is definitely something we will take at the moment. But with Manchester City next, it's going to be a really tough game away at the Etihad. But just before that, what I'm going to do is try and offer Jonathan Codger a new contract. Now, of course, he turned one down a few episodes ago, and we don't want this to go. We don't want this guy to go. We really, really like him. Whilst he is now 29 years old, or 30 years old even, we'd still like to tie him down for at least another 2 years. So we delegate the renewal. Last time, we offered what he's on right now, which I think is about 30 grand a week, wasn't it? 33.5 grand a week. But he turned it down and said the initial wage offer was too low. So what we'll do is we'll offer him 40 grand a week, and we won't go any higher than, let's say, 60 grand a week, because if Jonathan is just here for the cash, then we don't want him. We want players that want to stay here and have desire. And we'll see what he says. And okay, 46 grand a week, but a 4-year deal? A 4-year deal for a 30-year-old chief exec? Really? Well, to be fair, we do like him, and that will send him into retirement, to be fair. So yeah, okay, fair enough. Jonathan Codger can stay till he retires. 46 grand a week. He deserves the pay increase. I'm glad he signed the thing, and yeah, he's staying, and I'm fine with that. And as we're now set to jump into our 3rd and final game of today's episode, a massive one to end on, and a really important game after no wins in our last 3. It's 6th place Manchester City away at the Etihad Stadium, who line up at a 4-3-3 with a very, very decent team, but some interesting changes to what would normally be their starting 11, with some players being left on the bench. But for our team, even more interesting, changing the formation, finally doing it. I know some of you guys have been saying, come on man, change the formation, you'll play better. So I'm going to do just that. 4-1-2-1-2 wide for the game, and an interesting lineup. Icardi in goal, but for Henry, Stone, Socrates and Bustos, with Green on the left, Schupp on the right, Delph in the DM area, and Grealish to can, with Brewster and Brereton starting up top together as Benteke is dropped from the matchday squad. 3rd and final game, Manchester City. We need a win. We want to stay top. Come on, Aston Villa. Sterling gets inside Henry, finds space to shoot and just rifles one home. And the former Liverpool man gives Manchester City the early lead just 14 minutes in. It was a wonderful touch, a wonderful turn, a wonderful strike, and a wonderful goal. Well, we are desperate to return to winning ways here. And as he got round Rico Henry and left him in the dust, he just rifles one past the young Italian Icardi and into the top corner for his first of the season. Manchester City 1, Aston Villa 0, and this is a really poor start. And we need to make sure the poor run of form stops today. But instead, if we're going to do that, we'll have to come from behind. What a terrible beginning. I cannot afford to lose this game. That was 2 defeats in 3 and no wins in our last 4 in all competitions. And with a crucial Champions League group game to come at home to Rubin Kazan in midweek. Well, let's just say we'll be really feeling the pressure if we don't go into it with any momentum whatsoever. Ryan Bertrand on the ball finds Douglas Costa. And now De Bruyne back to Costa, who steps inside and finds Coyote. And Icardi produces a brilliant save to keep it at 1-0. It's all Manchester City in the first half an hour. We are all at sea and all over the place. This game has really died down. Manchester City had a great start to the match, but 68 minutes in have done very little since their early pressure. But they are still leading, and that'll be enough for them to claim the 3 points as Green finds Grealish. Can we find an equalising goal? Grealish lets fly, and Muric makes the save and turns behind for a corner. We've actually been a better team in this second half. Strung some nice passes together, but we are still trailing, and we need a goal to get back on level terms. And that is going to do it. Final score at the Etihad Stadium. Manchester City 1, Aston Villa 0. Not a classic. Neither team played especially well, but Raheem Sterling's early goal gives the hosts the lead, and now our streak without a win is extended to 4 games in all competitions, and it's terrible motivation heading into the big clash against Rubin Kazan in midweek. The hosts did play slightly better. They deserved to win the game, but again, it wasn't a fantastic game from either side really, but they deserved to edge it, which they did. And I'm going to give man of the match to Jason Denayer, who I thought was brilliant through the middle of the park all game long, stopping us from getting any good attacks, and also got the assist for Raheem Sterling's goal as well. So we end on a sour note. Manchester City 1, Aston Villa 0, and I was just thinking there, Brighton's draw against Liverpool does mean now as well that we are not going to end today's episode top of the table, and that is a really bitter blow ahead of what is going to be a crucial episode coming out tomorrow afternoon, both in the league and in Europe as well. But that will end today's episode of the Career Mode, though, guys. So a big thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you have enjoyed today's episode, then please do drop a like, as likes are, of course, very much appreciated. And your channel out as well. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day. And I'll see you for the next episode of CM, a massive one. We need to get our form sorted very soon.